Hello, Internet. So it's been a long time since we've done one of these live streams. I hope everybody's well. I'm doing all right here. It's been some time. It's been, I don't know, maybe three-ish months since I've sat in front of this computer live on the internet. I hope that the video looks good, sound looks good, and it's the quality that you're used to. Let me know if you have been around here, like Anthony right there, or Sheldon right there. You guys have been around. I want to know if this still looks okay. How is the sound? Clear. We're all good. Okay. No one's complaining, so it can't be that bad. I spent all day, almost all day setting this up. We'll say 3 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the morning, and then I came back at 4 o'clock. Well, actually, I took a nap, then came back at 4. So 2 hours ago, I was like, all right, let's make sure this all works. And it wasn't working. And then within the last 15 minutes, it started working. That's why in the chat, I was like, give me a couple seconds, couple minutes, and we'll be doing this. Yeah. I don't have I think the microphone's hot, so we're going to turn this down just a smidge. Yeah. I don't know. So what can we talk about? I do have a few things here. Lots of people chatting, which is friggin' awesome. Stuck on overtime. I don't know what that means. So yeah, we got a couple of things we can talk about here. Some products that have come out. Yeah, we can talk about those. I don't know if I really want to talk about pro paintball yet. I don't know. We're going to do a super chat, though, for 99 Canadian dollars. And I don't have my other keyboard, so I have to reach all the way over here. And Sheldon also with a $1.99 US super chat. Thank you, sir, and welcome. So we have some sound. I couldn't get the light to work, so we got no red glowing super chat light in the background, though. But thank you very much. Where are these noises coming from? Is this my phone making these noises? It is. Normally I have my phone on vibrate, but I don't. This is something interesting. You're not going to be able to see that. That Paintball MVP. I don't know what that is. That's something that's not happened ever. Okay. So how long until the M3 unboxing? A couple seconds here. A couple minutes. I just want to wait until people start kind of flooding in here. And then we'll watch as more people... Or then we'll do that unboxing as more people come in here. It's not like this gun's super new. It's been out for a couple of weeks here. It's been in the hands of some people. Some of you out there may have shot one or seen one at your local paintball field. Matthew Obringer. Hello, sir. How about this super chat clonk thing? I gotta reach all the way over there. Thank you. Again, dudes. Yeah, gotta make money. So it's appreciated. M3 Plus. I'm gonna continue to call it the M3S just from habit. It'll continue to happen. Just like with the CS 1.5. I was always calling it CS1 forever. Okay. All right. Thoughts on the Lux OLED? I don't like it. I'm very interested in this Lux X though. They've changed so much on the thing. I'm excited to see it. All right, since somebody asked, we will do M3S. See, I did it again. M3 Plus unboxing. Daniel Conley, so much. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Excessive person. Welcome back, brah. I don't like saying that though. Thanks for coming back and keeping up with apparel and paintball news. Yeah, I definitely made new paintball ruined my life jazz, like this hat, which you can purchase over on the Paintball Ruined My Life Store. You can't really see it, but that's the R that I'm going to start using for branding stuff. Connor, looks like you're a Windows fan. Again, thank you guys. Awesome. It really is. Yeah. Okay, so super chats from here on out are going to be answered later. I'm going to switch. We're going to make sure to save those. Randy. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up my on-screen keyboard, so I don't have to like go all the way over here. So the keyboard that I actually used with this computer was really pissing me off, and I hit it against the ground. So I don't have a keyboard for this laptop, which isn't really a problem because it's a friggin' laptop. Okay. We're trying super chat sound for Randy. Thank you. Okay. Now we're moving forward. You guys are going to see the new camera view that I worked on all day long for this unboxing. Right there. Let's hope it freaking works. There we go. Again, let me know. I want to know from you guys if that looks good, if you can see that. Because this is, again, a brand new camera angle. We are going to switch some different lights on, though, for this. So, oh, I'm going to rotate this slide around. Hold on. I don't like the way... All right, that shifted. Oh, that shifted somehow. Okay. Let's do this thing. M3S, M3 Plus. God, you guys, it's going to be a difficult thing for me to continue. I'm also going to take this chat off the screen, just because I don't really like it over this layout thing. We're going to move some stuff around. Okay. M3 Plus. So this is the blackout version. I'm going to mess with some lights again here. Oh. Oh. I feel like this light might be a little too hot. Anyway, okay. Dirty mouse pad is right. That's a gross mouse pad. I don't normally use it. I'm normally on a different desk. But on this white surface, like... the mouse is not too accurate. So the only time I use it really is when I'm using this for live stream stuff. Okay. M3 Plus PGA blackout. Let's see. You see that price tag on there? That is an expensive paintball gun. $1,700. Okay. So along with the M3S, this M3 Plus, you are getting that Dye Moss Air wireless charging a matte deal. It's really just a piece of foam and then a square, that wireless charging like brick or whatever those things are called. You plug a USB cable into. It's in there. I don't want to. It's really not too exciting. Okay. M3 Plus. Again, these cases are awesome. Dye's been doing pretty good cases for a while now. So, Christian, I'm getting a Lux X. Hopefully fairly soon here. Well, as soon as I can, I know. We've ordered the thing. Okay. Okay, so I haven't actually touched this thing. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So we got, move some other stuff too. Okay. M3 Plus. So with this thing, obviously M3, right? You get that M3 Plus, you get that paintball gun. You are getting a silicate packet, which you need to keep something out, moisture. The awesome dye tool, a USB thumb drive. This is really slick. I wonder if I could like use this. I want to like reformat it. There's probably like 3 megabytes on this though, so it's probably not useful. Okay, that is made for firmware updates. So you'd plug this into a computer, and then you would use the USB dongle that I believe they should have included. Yeah, so there's that USB dongle that you get. So you plug this into there, and then this goes into there, and then you can program the gun. Not program, I should say update firmware. Let's let that thing go back in there so easy. Okay, so we're jumping ahead. That doesn't go in there that easy. There we go. Okay, so putting that back in there. I should put the little cap back on though. Okay, back together, back together. Turn. Barrel cover, that quick start manual, your warranty card. These quick start guides are actually cool, so they're good to have. It's a good thing if you have one of these guns to just, I don't know, keep it in your box with you. O-ring parts kit. You can actually see in here the new ball detents that are coming in the M3 Plus right there. If you guys are used to maybe previous die guns. That's the new Baldy tent for that M3 Plus. So it is quite a bit different than, well, not that much different. It's different how it's one piece. Previously, these connected and you had like two detents on one thing. So it's different, but not like, you know, not crazy different. There is the new ULS barrel though. So these ULS barrels are an inch longer than the previous ultralight barrels. I do have an ultralight barrel around here. One second, I'm looking for it on the shelf. There it is. Okay, so this is just a normal, you know, 14-inch ultralight. So you can see that it's definitely longer. So you're getting that added, I don't know, roughly about an inch. It will make these barrels 15 inches. Yeah. So we're gonna put that back in there. Yeah, I mean, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the same stuff you're gonna get with most of these paintball guns. It's not like you're getting anything crazy, you know. So yeah. But what's different about the M3 Plus comparatively to the M3S? So with the M3 Plus, you are getting the. Let's do this too. We can do all this cool stuff. Look at that. You are getting, although it's a little bit shaky, so it's on a pole. I don't like that. We won't touch the camera again. Well, maybe I'll have to zoom out. So you are getting that new trigger. So you are getting that like double style, like double fingered, what I'm gonna call deuce trigger, because that's what most people are calling those. The updated solenoid manifold, that soft tip bolt system, and the new slaps on off, or slap on off, I should say, which is really nice. Yeah, really like the slaps on off. Was not ever really a fan of the previous die on offs. And I really like this thing. So super fan of this. These work, you kind of pull down and then pull out. That makes it look like it's kind of difficult. It's really not. Like it comes out like, you know, super easy. But it's very hard to just push forward. So it's not going to just, I mean, it's really impossible. It's not just going to like come off or whatever. You actually have to pull down and push forward. So it's really cool. I would say so far happy with, I am so far happy, I would say, with Dye's guns, right? Like, well, not so far, I should say. I like this. I think this is a good idea from Dye. I think it's a good improvement over just the, you know, regular M3S. So I'm happy they did it. There will be a full video on this thing coming soon. Probably not like me sitting down and doing a full crazy in-depth review like I have done with like say other guns or the M3S when it came out. More like sitting down maybe and just discussing the differences, and I think more so where this gun shows Dye is headed. So this is, you can look at this and the DSR as maybe a glimpse into what the future holds for Dye. And I think that's a good thing. I think that Dye's about to get cool, and I am excited to see what they offer in the future. So I'm going to put this away. Nations Cup. Something about Nations Cup. Is the men's Nation Cup in Amsterdam? I know that they're doing 2 events. Kicks for days. What'd you say on there? You said the event is for tryouts, various age groups for USA teams to go to Nations Cup in Amsterdam. So yeah, that's what... So I'll talk about that Monday, but there's the Paintball Combine. So Paintball Combine is that event in Florida, and at the Paintball Combine, they will be trying to make the USA teams for the Nations Cup in Europe. So they're doing men under 16, men under 19, the veterans or masters division, which I think is 50 and over, and the women's. So they're going to pick those 4 teams, all from players from the Combine, I believe. So, yeah. Sheldon, next segment, Link's Life. That's your super chat sound. Links. Jake said, Brad, I will go to Amsterdam with you for NXL. Well, Jake, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I want to go. Either Prague, Craig, what's up? Some of you I haven't seen in a long time. Some of you I'm used to like conversing conversing with, nor over the internet often, and not doing these videos as much. We don't like talk to each other. Ray's like 3.5 or 160R. 3.5 if they're the same price. I mean, if one's like way cheaper, go for the cheaper one. But if they're the same price, 3.5. Steve with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Or I should say NorCal, Steve. Okay. What else do we got around here? I told you guys we'd have some other stuff. We have that thing. We can talk about that. The Field 1 AccuLock Barrel system. This Prague or Amsterdam. I guess Amsterdam, because Amsterdam would allow me to like jaunt to Paris real fast. Yeah. Okay, so we're switching. We're switching gears to the AccuLock barrel system. So this barrel, this I have messed with. This I talked with Field 1 about last week. Where is it? I lost it. Hold on. I seriously don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So that's the actual barrel. We'll take that apart in a second. One of the things that I actually like about this is you notice this is a full barrel kit, right? So you're getting a barrel back, barrel tip, and then 6 of these inserts all in this box. So unlike, you know, I don't know, all the other kits out there, Field 1 barrel cover, a Yosh Rao playing card. Look at that. Look at that thing. Some info. Look at that case. I don't know, I really like this case, how like small and compact it is. Yeah, my hand's huge, so that's kind of a bad representation. There's an EMEC, a PALS EMEC for comparison size. So it's a small case. I like that case a lot. Let's open it. So it's, I don't know, not too exciting inside. Yeah. What is kind of neat and different about these barrels, though, is that they kind of lock into place. So what's happening here is, man, whew, there we go. I am hot. My hands are all sweaty. I'm dying. These lights are killing me, and the windows are all open. Okay. So with this thing, we have, this is how it would actually come if you bought the thing. Right, like so. So it's kind of interesting. Like I said, let's grab a colored one. Makes it a little bit easier to see. Is how these barrel backs actually go into this thing. So they go in, and then you rotate over, pull back, and it kind of locks into place. And what's really neat, though, and what is making really this, we're going to say AccuLock barrel, different than, we'll say that diultralight barrel, is the way these barrels kind of go together, right? So what's happening on this is you can just screw this on there, right? And it's like, oh, a 2-piece barrel. But what's happening when you have the actual insert in there is you can see that kind of chamfered edge. So that edge kind of goes out and then tapers in a little bit and actually seats inside this barrel tip. So it actually makes contact like that inside the barrel. So when they're both put together, it's making this seam right here and here very consistent. So it's not any type of deviation in line. So what's happened sometimes with these barrels that screw together, like, not picking on the ultralight, it's just that it happens to be here. This is pretty much every barrel ever. Sometimes when you screw these together, they don't line up right. Like it'll be off like this. Obviously not that bad, I'm exaggerating. But go and look down your like 2-piece barrels. Like look straight down the thing. Just straight down the barrel. And you'll notice on the seam on the back, where the tip and the back go together, there's sometimes a gap that varies, right? So there's one side it's pretty big, and then on this side the gap is pretty small. I mean, that's what I take away as that barrel tip actually going off at like a weird angle and it's not straight in line. So with these AccuLock barrels, when you put this barrel back in there, like that, and you screw the tip on, the tip actually isn't bottoming out on the threads. It's actually, tip is bottoming out on that insert, making that like good, round, accurate lock on that barrel. So it helps make like, we're assuming, yep, just barrel a little bit more accurate, and then supposedly getting rid of paint a little bit better. That's also what they found with this like 4-port straight design. Is it just helps shoot through broken paint a little bit better. So I like that. I like that idea. I think that this is kind of clever, this locking style system, and it's cool. It's unique. It's not just a regular 2-piece barrel. I like it. I think it's fancy. I am sweating so bad. All these lights on. There's like a light there and a light there. Yeah. AccuLock barrel system. It's pretty cool. I originally didn't. I was just like, barrel. But I think that them kind of making it different, right? Just the way that the barrel mouth together is just kind of cool. What else has been happening in this chat room? So it's cool. It's actually, I think this is actually, weirdly enough, Field 1's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Field 1's only actual product. I shouldn't say that. They have other products. I should say the only actual product I think they've made, right? Like most of the Field 1 stuff has been just stuff from Bob Long, like the G6R or the B-Coms or whatever they're out there using. I get their guns all confused. Hopefully Field 1, I know you guys are trying to make that a little bit simpler. I never know how to, Kuro? I never know how to pronounce this. I feel so bad. Thank you for that $1.99. Keep up the good work. Glad you like the M3 Plus. I still am like, I still think, for me, Planet Eclipse is better. I still think the Eclipse guns are better, but I do like it. Like, I think I really like, maybe what I like about the M3S is more that it shows what's happening next or what's coming next within the dye products. In my review, I'll actually go into more detail on that, where I have like, cleaner thoughts and stuff. But yeah, I do like it. I think it's a cool product. So I know everyone's gonna be pissed off because it's like, I just bought my M3S. But whatever. People are gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. Someone says, "Which color did you get?" I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Probably not, because this chat's going. I'm not even watching. We're gonna take another drink of this. Someone asked what I thought about the NPL. So the NPL, is the National Paintball League. Really a new league that's kind of like come out of nowhere. Really, the last 2 weeks we started hearing stuff about it. It looks like it's going to be 5-man, semi-uncapped pro only, with halves. We're not sure on time yet or whatever. I actually tomorrow am going to do a video, like Google Hangouts interview with the man in charge of the NPL. So watch for that soon. Hopefully very soon. If that goes well, look for that video next week. So we'll likely have way more information on the NPL. You guys probably know more than I do. If you're like following on Facebook and like PB Nation and stuff, you might know more than I do. Someone asked, any thoughts on the breakout pads? Frederick Fitzgerald says, I like them. They really remind me of maybe a fancier looking, maybe a little better features than the Carbon CC knee pads. I really like them. So Bunker King pads, they're all good. Elbow pads and knee pads. The PALS back there, we'll talk about that in a second here. I'll answer this real fast. What do you think about the Bunker King's command mask? I don't know. That's something else I haven't touched. There is one on the way. I do have one coming to me, though. I think I'll like it. I mean, it's not like a crazy new product. It's really using the same exact lens system. foam like straps, like lens retention thing, is the Virtue masks. So if you like closed your eyes and put it on, you'd probably think you were wearing a Virtue mask. It just looks like it's going to breathe quite a bit better than the previous Virtue masks. I say it's really just a Virtue mask because Bunker King and Virtue have always kind of had this like relationship where they've sort of helped each other out. Virtue's helped distribute Bunker King's products, and in this case, they're allowing them to use their lens system, so it's cool. And I don't understand this people like this. If you like eating paint, get the Bunker King command mask. It's paintball, dude. You're gonna get shot in the face. That's like being like, if you like getting shot, then don't wear these pants. It's like, dude, it's not that bad. Like, people complain about getting paint in their mouth. Like, really? You need to feel some adversity in your life if you're complaining about a little bad taste in your mouth. It's true, man. Sorry if that's offensive. Deal with it. Dayton says one question, and then I actually might answer your question right now. So, well, I will. I'm reading it, but I got this. I got the products down there. Hi, one question. Should I get the EMEC with a PAL loader when I can get currently the GOG enemy with a Primo? Well, certainly the EMEC. So the EMEC is way better than the GOG enemy, first of all. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you don't like the PAL hopper, just get the Primo, because any hopper will work on the PAL's EMEC. And the EMEC is leaps and bounds better than any GOG paintball gun ever. Yeah. Buy an EMEC and then just get whatever hopper you want if you don't like the PAL's hopper. So, there's also, there it is right there. So, there's also a Primo around over there too. So this thing I really like. I feel like, yeah, the command openings on the mouth are more prominent than others, but that's the point, right? That's kind of the point. That's why I was just saying it breathes better than all those other masks. So me breathing and not hyperventilating and like overheating is more important than getting a bad taste in my mouth for like 2 to 4 seconds. That's all I'm saying. So what is this thing? I said we would talk about this as well. This is the PALS EMEC. Brad, did you ever get your EMEC back? Oh yeah, Jake. Yeah. I forgot so like 3 weeks ago, I forgot my entire gear bag at the field, gunning it, hopper, everything. And then someone picked it up. Freddie the Ref, if you guys ever see Freddie, he's on the Facebooks, Instagrams, whatever, paintball, drone stuff. Anyway, okay. Yeah, we're going top down again. So this is the EMEC with the PALS hopper. So the whole idea behind this gun is that paintball fields, dude, EMEC is genius. EMEC PALS is really genius stuff. It truly is. Nate. Hi, sir. I went to see my, we're going to say therapist today, that Nate helped me with, encouraged me to see. I don't know how to say that. Super chats. You guys are awesome, but I feel like we lag so much when super chats come. Playing since 95. Now I got to switch back to this camera. 95. God, that's a long time. I could have been playing since 95 though too, so you know. So John said something about me shutting down Patreon. Yeah, I shut down Patreon just because I don't feel like... My one issue with the Patreon thing is that when I was doing it, I felt like when I wasn't super consistent, when people were like just giving me money monthly, to support this thing, I felt like when I wasn't super consistent, I just felt super guilty. So, I don't know. It might happen again. I don't know. The best way to support this thing really is just watch videos, like stuff. It doesn't have to be money. Just, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, money is cool. I don't know. I might start that Patreon thing again at some point here, but I don't know. I'm not 100% positive yet. We'll see at a later date. So PALS, I want to talk about this PALS hopper really fast because I keep talking about it to people. Matt, Virtue sunglasses. You know what's funny? Is there some right over there? I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, I gotta put those in my car. I got three pairs now. Okay, we're doing this. Okay, PALS hopper. So what is this thing? So this is a new product from Planet Eclipse. This is kind of typical. This has been around for a while. This is the eMech. This is just the upgraded version with PALS. So let's talk about what the gun is first. So this this thing, right? So the way this works is you shoot the gun, and then it takes a little bit of air and pushes it up through the feed neck. That air will move. We're gonna see that little teeny little dealie right there goes up. See if we can pop it out a little bit. You can kind of see it right there. Yeah, that little nub right there will pop up every time the gun shoots, and in turn pushes that blue piece. That blue piece then will, I don't know if this is gonna work, pushes up that other blue piece. This is just hard to show. Other blue piece inside the hopper. And what's happening is on the inside of the hopper, that's all set up like that. That blue tray moves up and kind of like dislodges paint to allow it to just feed a little bit more consistently. And it totally works. Like, it's really neat. It's great. So it's not going to ever replace your like electric hopper. This is really tight on there. Yeah, it's not going to ever replace your electric hopper, but what it's definitely going to do is provide a better, really, I think, overall experience for a lot of these rental fields. So any of these paintball fields that are offering rental equipment, it's very important that we make people have fun playing paintball, right? Like, imagine if it's your first time playing paintball, and a lot of you probably had this experience. You go out there and you get a gun that breaks a ton of paint, shoots all over the place, the velocity's low, you're pulling the trigger, paint's not coming out, all kinds of issues, right? That's what this gun is designed to like remedy for the most part, right? The eMech, super low pressure, which will cause it to break less paint, so you could shoot higher end paint, just not have paint breaking problems, so guns shoot straight. And then this hopper, with that PALS hopper, is gonna like eliminate, or not eliminate, but reduce the amount of skipped shots, breaking paint, chopping paint, whatever it is. So I think it's great. And I can guarantee you that if I didn't have fun the first time I played paintball, I probably wouldn't have played again. Like, would you know? So it's important that we, get good rental equipment in the hands of new players. Because the like experience that we're providing people at a lot of these paintball fields is awful. So we need to get better. And this can kind of help facilitate that. Yeah. PALS eMech. So yeah, it's great for the new players. I'm never going to use it. I mean, I got a Spire 3, so why would I use this thing? But it is amazing for rental players or people, on a budget. This is an amazing paintball gun for really under $250. I mean, $220 for the whole gun. It's regular eMech price. And I think the hoppers are $17 or $15 or something like that. So under $20 for the hoppers. They're awesome. Last time I played paintball, I used my eMech. I love the things. They are fantastic. Fantastic. Let's look at these things. This is from Matt. These are fancy. Although you're just gonna see, these are some sweet. Hearing some weird beeping noise. These are the green ones. I don't know. I got a pair of blue ones and something else. They're VaporCon? I don't know. It's weird. Vapor something. These are the Virtue sunglasses. Vapor Gog. I don't know. I can't even read it. But it does say Virtue on the lens. So yeah. Soren. Thank you for that 255 super chat. Keep doing what you do. Glad you're back. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try to keep doing it. We'll see. I'm trying to ease back into this. If you guys have noticed, the only thing I've posted was an ad by Exalt, and then 2 Paintball Ruin My Week episodes, or no, like 4. But this week you're gonna start seeing more stuff. Mainly because we get all those products we get to talk about. So there'll be like review product videos. We also got this. There's not going to be a video on that, but yeah. So there'll be more stuff. Mainly because with a lot of new products coming out, we can do those things. Let's see. We also have like, what happens when I do this? Nothing happens when I do any of those things. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. This is like what I think one of the coolest products. That is the Ninja 10th anniversary 77 4500 SL2 tank with the brass reg. What's weird about these brass regulators from Ninja, this Pro V2 brass reg, this is not going to show up on camera at all. But because they're so brass, and brass is so soft, they're all just dinged up. That's not like Ninja's fault. It's like you barely tap these things, that brass with anything, and they just like dead. It just like all mashed up and dinged up. But it is really cool. Something else that's, I would say, not very cool that we've talked about, or not talked about, the internet has talked about fairly recently, is that Powerhouse Regulators are no longer going to be in production, so that's kind of lame. Ninja sued them because they own the patents, and Powerhouse can't pay the patent rights to be able to actually make regulators anymore. So Ninja sued Powerhouse so they can't sell regs anymore. That kind of sucks. The way I see that is it looks like once HK Army started using the Powerhouse regulators on their brand new Aerolite tanks that came out, I don't know, 2 months ago. Ninja kind of saw that as competition, right? Good bottles, great regulators. And then they sued Powerhouse so they couldn't make them. Ninja actually holds the patent on tank regulators that use a piston. So every single tank regulator that's out there right now is violating Ninja's patent. That's some craziness. No more Powerhouse regs. I don't know if they actually like put it out there and said anything. So Hyphy Jeezy says patents F up the free market. He didn't say it like that. Sorry. I didn't mean that to sound dumb. So patents are good and bad, right? Patents are extremely good for the free market as it protects your intellectual property. Well, it's not really good for the free market. It's really bad. You're right. But I don't think that patents are necessarily bad. I think that you're definitely right how they do mess with the free market. But they're good. I think that the problem with patents, especially in the US, is they're way too broad. Like, there's software patents out there that are like, ooh, email. Like, someone would patent email. It's like, how do you, like, you patent electronic messages or something. It's like, how do you patent that stuff? So I think problems are just, like, way too broad. Jake says patents save the free market. Well, in a real free market, they're bad for it. But we've never seen a real free market. You guys don't want to see a free market. That's what we had when the like railroad barons ruled the world and we all worked for like a nickel and they were billionaires. We don't really want that. That's what's happening again though. Anyway. We did have Weston with a super chat. Hey Brad, I hate to beat a dead horse. Do people beat dead horses? Like, where did that phrase come from? Someone was like, Man, this horse looks pretty dead. You better beat it again. I don't know. I'm opening a small field in the spring. Interesting. Really struggling to pull the trigger on Emacs. I do hear that. So I will answer. I think that I can answer that question. I've thought about this. Emacs are twice as much, if not more. Like really, it matters which kind of package you're able to get with Tipments. Anyway, but it's going to be roughly twice as much. Also, Primo versus PALS. So if I had a paintball field, I would probably, I think, well, this is what a lot of the fields that are currently in like operation are doing. They're slowly buying Emacs, right? Like once a month they'll buy 5, you know, or 2 or 3 or whatever you can afford. Maybe look at that option. Maybe do however many Tipmans you need, like 30 or whatever, how many you're doing, 50 or whatever it is, and then 10 Emacs. And maybe offer them as like a $5 upgrade or a $10 upgrade. And then when you can afford it later on, like a couple months down the road or 6 months down the road, maybe buy 10 more. And like continually add Emacs. But if I had a paintball field, like, I don't know. I understand that's a hard decision. But I would personally do whatever I could to get Emacs, really. I mean, I do think it makes that big of a difference. Like, let's pretend you're at the paintball field, right? We'll go back to that. Like, you're at the paintball field, and we have FT12s and Emacs. FT12 group, you know they're going to break more paint. You know the guns kick more, they're louder, which makes them scarier for kids. Makes them scarier when people are getting shot at because the guns are like clank, clank, clank. They're just loud, scary. Just all kinds of weird little performance issues. But the Emacs not going to have any of those problems. So, all about it. It is definitely going to be higher maintenance, though. One of the things you could do with those flip tops or like 98s or whatever is a lot of people freaking pressure wash the things. I shouldn't. You can like just hose them down. You're not going to do that with an Emac. So it's definitely going to require maybe a more skilled staff and definitely more labor. So we have to look at initial cost, like that investment cost is twice as much, and that service maintenance is going to be more. But I do feel like even with those costs, in the long run, it's going to be better for the business because people are having fun, so they're going to come back. You know, like I really think that. Whether that bears out or not, I don't know. I mean, a good way to test that would be contacting these fields or maybe getting in touch with fields that are using both Emacs and like Tipman products or like BTs or something like that to get an idea of if their customers are having more fun and if they're liking it a lot more. Yeah. Wait, another one in there. That was a really long-winded question. Paintball Dojo. Oh, God, that was not right. Popo Jijo. That still reminds me of, was that Tim Allen movie? Damn it. The Christmas Tim Allen movie? I don't know. You asked, hey, Brad, what do you think of the IR or Rotor? And by the way, keep up the good work. I've been watching from the start. I know you have. I appreciate you watching from the start. Much appreciated. Spire IR or Rotor? Spire IR. Santa Claus. There you go, Jake. Definitely IR. I mean, I don't know. I think the Rotor's more durable, so like you could use the Rotor for 15 years and it's going to work perfect. You probably can't say that with the Spire IR, but in the short run, in that like 4 years or whatever, I don't know, 5 years, I don't know. I do think the Spire is going to work more. I just have a problem with the Rotors jamming. They're the most durable hopper ever made and probably the most durable paintball product ever made. But yeah, they jam. That's not the greatest thing. I'm not a fan of jamming. That's not the greatest thing. Yeah. I feel like Weston's question about paintball fields on like which guns to own, I feel like with these insider industry things, like when people ask me questions about fields or stores, what manufacturers should do, I feel like I could talk about that stuff forever. So that's why Weston's question we went real in depth with maybe. Speaking of paintball fields, Jake, Yeah. We'll have to, Jay, like, we'll figure, yeah. We have the new paintball field. I don't know how to say, I don't know what to say about it, Jake. I'm not sure what's appropriate and what I can say. So, I don't know. Anyway. Got some cold coffee. Nick with a record super chat. We've been chatting on the internet. I forget what we were talking about recently, last couple of days maybe. Brad, have a great holidays this year. We're trying. I'm trying here. I don't know. I want to do something cool for Christmas with like a bunch of friends or something. Who knows? It's coming up quick though. Better decide. Yeah. HK speed loader. The speed loader speed feed, or like this. That thing. I feel like I've got all this stuff. I haven't been doing videos in a long time, and then I just got all this stuff sitting around. So that's another thing we can talk about, I guess. This is sort of a new product. Not so much of a new product as a product that has been out for a little bit, but kind of like reimagined itself. So the HK Army TFX, there's also going to be a video on this thing. Again, not like probably a whole, we're going to say review video, but more of just a recap talking about what is actually different on the TFX versus the TFX2. Mainly what we're seeing is still, hopper still all comes apart the same way. It's just that they've reworked this tray. And there's actually some questions in here that I would like to talk to HK about. So I got to call them before we actually start this thing. What did they do? They've added the battery. So there's now a battery actually built into this front tray. You can kind of see why it's pretty thick right here. It's because there's a battery built into that like lifter elevator tray. Yeah. The way it's held in place is a bit different. I'm not sure if they were having issues with the tray shifting or something like that, but it's definitely like held in place a little bit differently. I don't know. I honestly can't remember what else they changed. Gosh, it looks the same. I really don't remember. I feel like the plastic's a little bit different on the inside. I'd have to look at an old one. It's been a while since I've looked at a TFX, so... actually, I'm an idiot. Haha! Okay, this is exciting stuff right here. We're comparing the differences between the old and new TFX. So this is this black stuff right here. This is all old TFX. So what are my thoughts on TFX? Someone asked thoughts on the TFX speed feed on that loader. I like this TFX speed feeds, the Epics. So whether it's on the TFX itself, or maybe you're getting like an aftermarket one. This one's a little easier to see. Maybe you're getting an aftermarket one for like your Spire or, I don't know, a Halo or something like that. They're good. I like them. I've had zero issues with the like 3 that I've had. I had 2 TFXs. This is my TFX, so I've had zero issues with this one. Yeah, they're good. So what's the difference with this thing? We definitely see little teeny differences, but I don't know if that's like just because it made manufacturing easier or whatever. My wonder is like this tray is substantially taller though. So see how that tray sticks up quite a bit on the TFX2? That should definitely help with the issues people have been complaining about sometimes of how this tray actually will sit down and allow that extra paint to pool in the bottom right there. And sometimes this tray doesn't push up to allow that paint to like, you know, feed in. It'll just sit like that and paint will collect right there. So likely having that a little bit more elevated will help with feeding. I really don't know. Yeah, it looks about all. I don't know. I mean, there's probably some other little changes. Yeah, they added eyes. That's right. Totally forgot they added eyes. There are infrared eyes in there now. as backup for that switch. David White with that $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. Yeah, TFX 2. Well, they'll be more in depth with that. Like I said, I haven't really looked into the TFX 2. It came out a while ago. I mean, we first saw it this year in Las Vegas. So this March is when we first saw these things too. Well, yeah, the batteries are rechargeable, for sure. I mean, I think that's like the only real big difference. Because it really wasn't a bad loader before. So, yeah, I think that HK Army just had some quality control issues later on in the product's life cycle. So, later on, like we'll say early 2018, like earlier this year, and later last year, I think these things had some problems. The original TFX with maybe just build quality and like quality control stuff. So it's hopefully with that TFX 2, they've kind of solved a little bit of those problems. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, speaking of gold, I forgot. Hold on. So funny, no one mentioned in like a Paintball Ruin My Week video like a couple weeks ago, like I had gold teeth. And like no one even mentioned that like I got this cool grill. I told people I went to the dentist and got my teeth fixed. So maybe everyone just thought I had like gold caps on my teeth. Anyway, who's got questions for me? Because I don't know what to talk about. I really do like this tank, though. I kind of want to, like... I think what I'll do, though, is take off this gold rag. I think I want to take this brass rag off. I want to rip that brass... Oh, God, focus. I want to take that that brass rag off. Teeth are on the other side. Take that brass rag off and put that on my black Cerakote 77. I think it would look much better. Bang, there's questions. What is the best paintball related stocking stuffer? Everything that everyone would need, right? Chris, what do I think about MagFed? Lots of stuff. We're going to answer this stocking stuffer question. That's the easier one. Lots of stuff. I mean, I think that good paintball gifts, there's actually a video on this channel called like best paintball gifts or best paintball Christmas presents or something like that. I think there's like 5 or 6 things in that video. But I always find that good gifts for paintball players are things that every paintball player will need, right? Like pods, maybe microfiber towels, maybe squeegees, maybe like a lens cleaner spray, gift certificates to paintball fields. But I like stuff that you need, right? So like pods and squeegees, maybe some grease or oil, basic necessity things that it doesn't matter if you're, a newer player or even playing for 10 years, all those things are going to be useful to every paintball player. So like when I was working at the Paintball Store, that's what I would say. Parents would come in or whoever and say like, I want to buy a gift for Christmas or Hanukkah or funeral. I don't know. And it would always be like stuff that's just, everyone needs pods and squeegees and whatever. Yeah. Tim with a mega another $20. It's amazing, guys. Thank you. Really, thank you. He asks, Brad, would you be interested in doing a play-by-play video reviews of NXL or other tournament series, games or highlights, critiques, team moves, positions, and such? Thought that would be a neat series. 100%, dude. I've done some of that. We've definitely done none of it. None of the stuff that you actually mentioned. But I have done stuff about, like, specifically NXL events. There will be coming up a like pro recap roster change rosters 2019 video or something for the NXL. I think my like biggest problem with those is like so so the things that I really want to do revolving the NXL would have been really highlights, so like tournament highlight clips, so like maybe like 5 or 10 minutes of all the best moves of the tournaments. We'd explain why it was cool and like what led up to that maybe. And I also wanted to do like pro bloopers. I think that would be kind of fun. Yeah, those are the things I want to do. I don't think that I could critique players all day long, but I don't know if I'm the person to do that, right? Because I don't honestly know enough about tournament paintball to realistically critique these pro guys. like I could be like, oh, you should have moved then. But that's easy in hindsight, and that's easy looking at a crazy angle that they're not looking at. So I don't know if it's fair for me to critique pro players. I do. But I really would like, you're right, I really would like to cover and do something like those with the NXLs. It's just so much work. Like, it's a lot of work. And you guys forget that, like, I don't know, I just don't. I love the suggestions about videos and stuff, but dude, it's hard to do that stuff and continue to do Paintball Ruin My Week once a week and live streams every Thursday. And there's other videos that I want to come out. Like, ideally, I would have 3 videos a week. But how do I do those normal 3 videos on top of all these other videos that I would like to do sporadically? That's the hard part. I just don't, it's just not possible at this point, you know? That's why I tried to get these paintball companies to give me money. It didn't really work. John! With a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Tell us a story about your paintball store. Also, Pinocchio thoughts? I don't know. There's not much of a story. Paintball. Well, I guess there's a story about Paintball Store. So I worked at a paintball store for. My gosh. I worked at the paintball store for probably 9 years. I worked for the store, worked for Angel for a time. Worked for like Faceful, and I did a bunch of stuff. But I always worked at the store, sometimes once every other week. So there were times where I worked like twice a month, while I was like working on school stuff and whatever. Yeah, so worked at the store forever. So tons of paintball knowledge through playing and working at the store and working for various manufacturers. And then purchased the store in May of 2013. I worked there for a long time. Did that, owned the store, whatever, and then sold it this year. I sold the store just because, I don't know, I just didn't want to do it anymore, you know? Like, I just wanted to do something different. It was always my plan to sell the paintball store. Doing this YouTube thing full time kind of just like fell in line with me selling the store. So yeah, I own a paintball store. Yeah. That's kind of what makes this easy, right? If I did not own a store and didn't have access to like getting products really cheap, or not really cheap, but at least at like what I used to pay for them, I can still do that. So that allows me to like buy stuff to actually review. I would not buy that stuff if I had to pay regular price. I will tell you that now. I'd just be losing money every single time I made a video. Yeah, so it allows me to get products cheap, and then it's just created, you know, relationships in the industry that I can utilize to try to make these videos. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What other questions can I talk about here? Tim said, eBay has good deals on cleats. eBay does have cheap shoes. You ever notice that? Like, you could go, it's weird. Like, you could buy, like I was looking at Adidas Samba Classics the other day. They were, like, cool shoes in, like, 1994. I think I had a pair when I was in, like, 7th grade. Kind of want to buy a pair again. They're, like, $80 everywhere. I was at the mall. They didn't have any at the mall, which is weird. But they're, like, $80. Try not to buy stuff online as much. $80. You go on eBay and like $42. It's like, how the hell are they so cheap? And they're like brand new. So you definitely can find good deals on cleats on eBay. But I also think that like most people don't care about cleats. You're like, I just want them to be like somewhat black and fit right or whatever. Ross and like stores like Ross. What is another one? Marshalls. I don't know. Any of those stores like discount stores like that. They have tons of cleats for like $20 to $30 as well. And you can try them on. Because sometimes cleats, because they're so hard on the bottom, can be uncomfortable. So it's kind of cool to try them on. Tabitha, I have an M3S and just found out about the M3 Plus. What did I miss out on getting on the M3S? Not all that much. So M3 Plus is going to have that new solenoid housing. So it has a new case around the solenoid. So it's a little bit more air efficient because of that. It does have that soft tip bolt and a new coating on the bolt, which might help lower operating pressure a little bit. Getting the new shaped trigger and the new on-off. It's really about all. So essentially, it is kind of the same gun. It sounds like they changed the bolt and the solenoid. It must be way different. It's really not all that much different. It is nicer. They do have the new eye pipe too. I forgot about that, the new eye pipe. Dye will actually, for $10 though, sell you the new eye pipe and that new bolt. So for only $10, M3S owners can get those two upgrades. But if you are going to want the new trigger, new solenoid housing, or that on-off, you are going to have to buy those. I think that if you wanted all three of those, it's like near $150. Greg is on Impact? I don't know anything about that. Is Greg really on Impact? Someone else confirm Greg Sewers on Impact. Greg Sewers, not Sewers. We're going to pronounce his name right. Greg Sewers is on Impact. The Sambas are more narrow than they used to be. That's probably... that's not a good thing for me because I got one foot that pronates. See, that's why you try stuff on. And if I buy the cheap ones on eBay, I can't really return those. Greg's Impact? Oh, Greg is on Impact. I don't know. How do I feel about... I like Greg. Greg's awesome. As you know, Greg's been on this channel. I've known Greg forever. Not forever. I don't know. A long-ass time. Probably pretty much since he moved to California. I don't like Greg playing on Impact. I wish Greg would have stayed with the Ironman. But, dude, it's hard, man. When these teams can offer you as much money as Impact, I'd do it, dude. I don't care. Like, I mean, it's true. Like, you gotta live. And I don't like him playing for Impact. I wish that he would have stayed with the Ironman, but I totally get it, dude. I'd do the same thing. So, yeah. We have 2 super chats. You guys are gonna make me stay forever. Weston again. I can answer all your crazy paintball. Oh, glue. I can answer all your paintball field questions. No one beats dead horses. Ruins the glue. That's pretty good. Also, it's not funny, actually. It's more sad than anything. Okay. Also, what do you think? 50 cal makes sense for fields? Yes and no. Seems like marketing gimmick. Nah, not really. More than a legitimate rental marker. Pain seems similar despite the jewels. I don't think so. I think it's considerably different. Yeah, I would say that there's quite a bit of difference between the 50 cal and the 68. I don't know. I mean, I think that's the difference, so I'm not sure. If you don't think that there's a difference, then I don't know. I think that not having adults play 50 cal, but I think 50 cal is great for rentals and great for birthdays. Maybe not like 50 cal Emax. Maybe look into just Splatmasters, offering the Splatmasters or the Valken guns as an option for the 50 cal for birthday parties. I don't know. I like 50 cal. I think 50 cal. I actually want to play 50 caliber. I want to try to. So there isn't right now, but there is a 50 cal EMEC. Like, I want to get. So this is, yeah. This is a 100 round hopper. So this is actually. I know there's other super chats, guys. I'll get you. Just hold on. I go on like long things. So this is 100. This is like a 220 round hopper for the EMEC, and this is a. Let's line those up a little bit. That's a 100 round hopper. So this will hold about 200 and something 50 cal, and I really want to make this thing 50 caliber and use this little teeny hopper. I don't know. I mean, it definitely doesn't shoot as far, but it's kind of neat. I don't know. If I was a paintball field, we would have 50 caliber, but I don't necessarily know if we would have dedicated paintball guns to 50 caliber, or we would have maybe splat masters for birthday parties. I think that matters the like area you're in. If you're in a huge like urban area and there's like millions of people, you might find that splat masters would work better. If you're not, maybe no 50 caliber. I don't know. I think 50 caliber lends itself to little kids more and birthday parties for kids. Okay, Luis, with $5. Thank you, sir. Would you go into a tournament with a DSR and a 160R? Heck yeah. Or trade, or as you said, I should probably read that a little bit more accurately. Would you go into a tournament with a DSR and a 160R as a backup, or trade them for a CS2 and play tourneys with that, no backup? So, okay, so you'd play with the DSR or the 160R and then have one of those two as a backup? Yeah, dude. Just use the 160R and then, yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, dude, you're fine. It's probably wiser to have a backup. It is probably wiser to go with the 160R in those tournament situations, because I do think the 160R is more reliable, and then using the DSR as that backup. Because it is probably a better idea to have a backup than no backup. Yeah. So, I would say backup. Because I don't know if the 160R is less reliable than the CS2, honestly. Yeah. Harry. Okay, we're going to mow through these super chats. Maybe we'll go. I don't know. Do you think we're going to see more Bluetooth paintball boards that sync stats with mobile phones? Yeah. Probably. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if that's really useful though. Like, I don't really care what I'm like. I think it would be. It matters with statistics. Like, I think it would be cool if we were able to see. I've talked about this before in some paintball question time video. I think it would be cool if we could see, with electronics, not necessarily Bluetooth, but tank pressure, and like all the pressure information. I think that would be more information that I would like, rather than how fast I'm shooting and how much I've shot and like whatever. I would like to know pressure information. So somehow, maybe not with Bluetooth. I guess it could. Maybe it could like send the information to a phone or something. I don't know. But I would like to see, I think technology-wise, we'll say, improve. I would like to see, pressure information. But I would really like to see them transmit shot information over RF or however that's done so we can have stats on screen. I want to know how much a guy shoots, or when guys are shooting, or how much they're shooting, how often they're shooting, or whatever. That's something we used to have with the MPPL for like a season that I would really like to see the NXL implement. And it's really pretty easy. You don't have to change the guns. You just figure out how to get a solenoid or like something in line with the solenoid. Although that's getting way harder too. So I don't know. I would like to see that information somehow. Pressure stuff, and then, more stats through the NXL somehow. Soren! I like that name, Soren. That's a quality name. I don't know if that actually works. Does that work? Oh, yeah. we're going. Soren, that's a good name. Thoughts on HK taking over Pinocchio? How about ANS taking over Pinocchio? That's real insider baseball. We're not going to talk about that. I don't know, like, whatever. If it's Pinocchio going away or HK Army taking him over, I certainly would rather HK take it over. Although I don't know the whole story behind that, so I'm not necessarily sure that I can have like a definitive answer or thoughts on that, because I'm not really sure all the details. So, does ANS own HK? I don't know. Maybe. Does ANS own parts of Die? Maybe. Maybe. Guys, forget. This is why I encourage everybody to shop at local paintball stores, because it's better for your economy. Anyway. So yeah, guys, it has been a long time. ANS, I don't know, ANS is only hated because of the big dog, right? Like, honestly, like, all of a sudden, if I started paintballbuyingstuff.com and we were bigger than ANS, everyone would hate me too. I think it's kind of just how it goes. Yeah. It's kind of just how it goes. Take out the gold teeth. I can't. I'm keeping them in. I think I'm going to keep them forever. You can't really see them, though, because my teeth don't really show all that much when I talk, so it's not like I'm like, hey, guys, how's it going? What's up, guys? It's not too bad. ANS was cool for cockers back in the day. They did have the ANS, the Gen X autocockers. ANS, who's the first person that can tell me what ANS stands for? In the chat, let me know. You're not going to win anything. I'm just curious if anyone knows. Someone out there does. There's some of you old guys out there that know. The jackhammers. Oh yeah, that was it. The quick-fire three-way they had. Still the pimp fangs. American Pneumatic Store. Nah, America's. I mean, that's a good guess. It's not close at all, but it's a good guess. Good guess. Pneumatics without the P. Aguilar, I think that's right, with $4.99. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. You said, thanks for coming back. Yeah, we're feeling it out. How beautiful is this CS2 Sugar Skull? It's pretty cool. I actually really do like that gun. It looks pretty neat. I like it. We have a winner. We have a winner. Milky Malik, I think that's what that says. ANS stands for Army Navy Surplus. Yes, it does. So much like a lot of these paintball stores, a lot of them used to be Army Navy Surplus stores, weirdly enough, because that's where a lot of this paintball stuff was starting to be sold at. I mean, when paintball just started, there was lots of like camouflage involved, and you were shooting at each other, right? So boy, it was natural to sell their products at Army Navy surplus stores, or just Army, surplus, military surplus stores, we'll say. Yeah. What is my favorite marker? I honestly probably, CS2. I mean, that's the best gun out. But really, probably the EMEC. I think the EMEC is like the coolest gun in paintball. I mean, it's to the point where like the thing shoots so good, it's just not electric. Like, it shoots just as good as my CS2 I had, I think. It's just not electric. And it's $200. Like, that's crazy, so. Autonomic nervous system. Yeah, not right. Yeah, but the Sugar Skull CS2, I do like that gun. I think it looks really cool. I've always not really been a huge fan of these printed guns. They're kind of just, like, too flashy and crazy for me. But, yeah. They look cool. Ryan had a kid? see. So I've been like, one thing that I've noticed is that with this like YouTube life that I've been forced to live, I definitely don't like dangerous power guns, budget or junk. I would put in the middle of budget and junk, somewhere in the middle of that. What I was saying, I don't like with this YouTube thing. I definitely don't like having to constantly be on the internet. It sucks. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but it sucks having to like constantly be thinking about looking for information and constantly have to watch social media. I constantly have to be watching Instagram and Facebook and like constantly thinking about stuff I need to be posting on Instagram stories. And like, it's just like, oh, I really don't like it. I really am not a fan of it. Yeah, there's a good point right there. Commander something. Osis. Dangerous power guns are okay. He maybe didn't say it like that. Dangerous power are okay. They have QC issues. That's a fair, I would say that's probably fair. Because some of the dangerous power guns, but that to me is them not being good, right? So if you don't know what to expect when you're purchasing a product, you're like, oh, it could be a good one or a bad one. I don't know. That's bad. But you are right when you say that, because there are definitely dangerous power guns that are perfectly fine. I mean, some of you guys out there with dangerous power guns, look, it's the best gun I've ever owned. You're an idiot for thinking they suck. Yes, you have one that works, but if you would have bought 50 of them, not a lot, but a good portion of them would have probably had issues. So when I say typically I don't like a product, I would like to think that it's not from a place of having one paintball gun that works. It's maybe from looking at the overall thing and trying to see how it all fits together, right? Can I get good support? Do I think that the other guns that I would purchase are going to work? And with the dangerous power guns, I've shot their guns and have had good experience with some, but then really bad experiences with others. So that's why I was like, they're not terrible, but like, I don't know, you just don't know what you're going to get. And I feel like that's a bad thing. That's one of the things I think that Planet Eclipse excels at. I think Planet Eclipse excels at that super consistency in manufacturing. Like, you pretty much know what you're going to get every single time. Whereas I kind of don't feel like that with a lot of these other manufacturers. That was always kind of my complaint with the Luxes. You'd have one gun that was great and guy had no problems, but the other guy just, gun never works. So, yeah, pretty much. Someone said, what's wrong with smart parts? Nothing, I don't know. I remember Zephyr Paintball. Guess who purchased Zephyr Paintball? Guess. Just guess. Who remembers like Hustle Paintball and, I don't know, a bunch of their paintball companies? I bet no one's going to guess who bought Zephyr. Nope. ANS bought Zephyr. Yep. ANS. Along with like Action Village and like Hustle Paintball. All the big paintball companies. You know who's never going to buy? ANS is never going to buy this channel. Unless they come up with some like 7 figures. I will sell Paintball Ruin My Life. Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. It's been good. You know, I like doing these live streams. I don't dislike them. It's much appreciated. Everyone who super chatted, like, yeah, it's awesome. It encourages me. It encourages me, and yeah, it just helps, man. Like, you really, I mean, ultimately, you gotta pay bills somehow. So, yeah, it encourages me to continue doing them. So thank you for super chats. Do look later. We'll see. Things coming up, right? We're gonna have my Paintball Room my week. We do have that TFX2 video, M3 Plus video, Planet Eclipse PALS video. That PALS video necessarily won't be, it's not going to be an EMAC video. I'm just going to kind of cover what PALS is and maybe how it could be good for paintball fields. What else we got? PALS, TFX2. I don't know. We definitely have the NPL video that's going to cover that new league, hopefully soon. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I'm just rambling. So more stuff, guys. I would hope we're hoping more frequency. That's the goal. And it's been real, gentlemen. Again, much appreciated. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your evening. It's Thursday.